I've been told that my abusers have been a little bit angry that I'm doing well. Still in my home. Still lead a fairly comfortable life. Still got, well, not a lot of income that could make life comfortable. More comfortable than what I'm living. Not enough to travel, as I would love to do. But enough to get by. Enough to pay the bills. I've been told that they are angry that I am not homeless, living on the streets as they had intended. Or worse, dead, so that my ex-husband could get my Social Security survivor benefits like Heather got from our father. I remember the temper tantrum he threw after I survived the stroke. Going around spreading rumors, him and Heather both, that she didn't really have a stroke. She was in jail. She wasn't in the hospital. She was in jail. Oh yeah, I remember those rumors very well. To the point of even saying Aunt Terry was lying about visiting me in the hospital. That was nasty. Boy. Oh boy, I remember the pic. And it brought to mind memories of when he had looked at my Social Security statement one time while he was still living with me and I was still working. He got this look on his face like, you're worth more dead than alive. I mean, he actually made that statement to me. That's when he began all the planning. That he was going to leave me, take the kids, and he started making plans to keep me unemployed and to shut off my utilities and get me out of the house. All this crap. I mean, he had been making plans to take the house from me from the very moment we even moved in the house. But, oh my God, it really picked up from the moment he saw my Social Security statement. Wow. Boy, was he pissed when I survived the stroke. Wow, was he pissed. He and Heather both. And Teddy and Leverett were super pissed that I survived. And so was Sharon Ford, who was living where Maria lives now. Man, she was, oh my God. Oh. I had started painting my house before the stroke hit. She started running around, running her mouth off. She attacked me one time when we were in the waiting in line at the pantry and doing her little pantomime. Climbing your ladder, climbing your ladder, climbing your ladder. You didn't have a stroke. I saw you climbing your ladder, climbing your ladder. That was before I had the stroke. And they were so mad that it took me a year to get back to painting my house. Because I had to heal. And she was the worst one. Constantly screaming at me. Wow. For some reason, she did not like me painting my house. Man. Neither did Teddy and neither did Leverett. Well, too bad. I painted my house. It's not their say as to whether I paint my house or not. God, I remember that temper tantrum. I have never seen such a immature town as this one. Johnny Shrout throwing a temper tantrum because Poncho got my van running and destroying my car. Sharon throwing a temper tantrum because I painted my house. Leverett and Eric throwing a temper tantrum, well, and Teddy throwing a temper tantrum because I refused to leave my home. Telling me I don't deserve to live here because I'm not family. I'm not dark enough. I have never seen such an immature town. I mean, it is just plain out and out immature all over. It's like their maturity level reaches about the age of 10 and quits. Then they're like, me, mine, gimme. Wow. You have what I want. Gimme. I kid you not. Like a bunch of little brats. Jesus Christ. This is what the Lord put forward the 10 Commandments for. And they break them all the time here. And then claim they're Christian. It's truly sad. I've never seen a whole immature town. A whole immature town. I'm sitting here in my house just wanting to be left alone, live and let live. A grumpy old veteran ready to just live the rest of my life, and everyone's going, me, gimme. You got what I want. Go out and find it yourself. Go out and work for your own house. You want kids? Go get knocked up. God, this. Oh. But I have never seen people so angry that you survive, that you thrive, that you continue to do well. Because they are not getting what they want from you. It's an evil world. It's a truly evil world. The Lord said in the end days, family will be set against family, brother against brother, sister against sister, parents against children. children against parents. And you know what? We're seeing it. We are truly seeing it. These are the end times. You see it all through my family. So, it is what it is. And you see it all through a lot of other families as well. Everyone is dead set against their each other and their families. And family is not what it used to be. Everyone is out for themselves. Families do not take up for each other anymore. In fact, they look to destroy each other now. I mean, the fine example, you look at my sister Heather. The nasty crap she did to me. And then gaslighting me all over the internet. Telling people that I'm the one who did those things to her. Flipping it all around. Sad. So. Well, now that it's past 10 years past my divorce, even if I were to die now, Lamont couldn't get survivor benefits from me now. We divorced in 2011. It is now 2025. He couldn't get anything from me now, especially now that he's remarried. He should have just let me continue to work. That nest egg would have gotten larger. Instead, now it's gotten smaller. Because now I have to survive an SSDI. I got the benefits. He didn't. And that's what he threw a holy living temper tantrum about. I thought I'd be working until my 60s. But because of his bullshit, his and Heather's, I got cut out of the workforce 20 years early. And it's something I won't forgive him for. I won't forgive either of them for, or DCS, or the prosecutor. Or the sheriff of that time. Sheriff Del Garcia, he had nothing to do with it. It was his predecessor. Because they knew what they were doing, denying people their medicine in jail. They know what they're doing when they do that. They know they're costing us our health. And Judge Warren Hawes, making fun of me the way he did in the court, he knew what he was doing. Don't tell me he didn't know what he was doing. He knew I was sick. Making fun of me like that? He's just as culpable as everybody else for ruining my health in taking me out of the workforce. Making me a non-taxpayer. I was a working taxpayer for 30 years. I paid everything. He ruined that for Grant County. And he can't say he didn't do it. So did Rodney Falk, the prosecutor. So did Ashley Evans, the DCS caseworker. They all know what they did. They all know they took a tax base away from Grant County and the state of Indiana. I was making good money at the time. About $4,000 a month. But because they didn't want me to get any help on fixing the house or getting help on dealing with being a divorced single mom out of a survivor of domestic violence, well, guess what? They lost big time. They lost real big time. About 20 years worth of taxes off of one taxpayer. That's what they lost. And not only me, but my children as well, because none of them live in town now. So they actually lost a lifetime worth of taxes off of 3 more taxpayers. So count it. 4 tax bases they lost. How many others have they driven out of town? In the last 20 years, I have seen the population of Marion drop from 30,000 to 18,000. Tell me that isn't a coincidence. Now, with me, they went from having one taxpayer, one hardworking taxpayer, and the potentiality of 3 more taxpayers to none in my family. And they took on the dependency of a disabled veteran. Not real good. They took the promise of 4 bright futures and replaced them with 1 dim future. You tell me there ain't something dim-witted going on here in Marion. You tell me there ain't some mismanagement of government going on here. I had no alcohol or substance abuse going on. I just needed some help. And I was denied that help. Because of who the F I was married to and divorced from. You tell me there ain't some funkiness going on in the government. And my story is not alone in this whole town. Far from alone. There's a lot of others. If you're a woman, you're trash. That's what a lot of us have found here. You are deemed, if you are a woman, you are trash in this town. We had a woman who had taken on a house over in Gallatin and was fixing it up for herself and her 5 children. Had new wiring in it, new windows, had a new water heater in it, a new kitchen sink, a new roof put on it, had a permit, everything. Well, what does the city government do? They come along, have the firemen knock a couple of holes in her new roof, and say, "Oh, it's condemnable now," and go in and completely knock down the house, including the foundation and garage. Leaving a young mother, widow, and her 5 children homeless. After all the work she just did to it to make it livable. The same crap they were going to try to do to me. And I caught them on it. And the same crap they were going to try to do to my newly widowed friend, Tracy. Over on Ray Street. And she caught him on it. This town's dirty. They say they're knocking down abandoned houses. Well, they're not checking out well enough if these houses are really abandoned. They're knocking down houses that people are still living in and are working on. They're leaving whole families homeless. Yes, people, this is Marion, Indiana. It is disgusting. It is pathetic. It is pitiful. It is dirty. And it is spiking up our homeless population. It's a good reason not to move to Marion. Because if you buy a house here, you run the risk of the city coming in and tearing it down whenever they damn well feel like it. Doesn't matter whether you own it or not. They don't even have to drag you into court.